soft, reassuring bark. Pip's eyes filled with tears. "You saved me." She touched her whiskers gently against his chest as if to say, "That's what friends do." The big test of friendship the storm had passed, but its memory lingered in Pip's small heart. He could still see Luma's brave figure in the water, fighting to protect him from the leopard seal. He could still hear the terrifying splash of waves and feel the fear shaking his tiny body. Yet when he looked at Luma the next morning, waiting by the ice with a calm smile in her eyes, the fear faded. She had risked her life for him. Nothing could break the bond they now shared. Still, Pip knew he could not tell the colony. His mother Waugh's words echoed in his head. The sea holds both friends and dangers. If she learned he was meeting a seal every day, she would forbid it. So Pip kept the secret, and every sunrise he waddled to the shore where Luma waited. The playful mornings, the days that followed, were filled with laughter. Pip learned how to slide down a small icy slope, tumbling into the snow at Luma's side. She would splash water at him in return, and he would flap his little wings as if trying to fly. Sometimes Luma brought him gifts from the sea, smooth stones, shiny shells, and once even a small silver fish, which Pip tasted curiously before sharing with her. Pip told her stories about his colony, about how the elder penguins always waddled in straight lines, how the chicks liked to huddle for warmth, and how everyone waited for the fish hunts when the adults returned from the sea. Luma could not speak words, but her barks and soft hums seemed to answer him. She listened, truly listened, in a way that made Pip feel special. For a while, life felt like a dream. The moment of doubt but happiness never lasts without a test. One evening, Pip returned to the colony later than usual. Snowflakes clung to his feathers, and his mother tilted her head in concern. "Pip," she said gently, "where do you go every morning? The sea can be dangerous." Pip shuffled his feet. I just watch the waves." His mother sighed. "Be careful. Danger often hides in beauty." Her words pricked his heart. Was he being foolish? Was Luma truly safe? That night he dreamed of the leopard seal returning. Only this time, Luma was not strong enough to fight. She sank beneath the waves, and Pip woke crying. The next morning, he hesitated at the ice. Should he go, or should he stay away? Then he heard it, the soft bark he knew so well. Luma was waiting. Pip waddled forward, but slower than usual. When Luma splashed happily, he only smiled weakly. She tilted her head, sensing his doubt. She dove under the water and returned with a shell, dropping it gently by his feet. It was smooth, shaped like a small heart. Pip held it close. "You really are my friend, aren't you?" Luma pressed her whiskers against his chest in answer. And just like that, his doubt began to fade. The human strangers, days later, something happened that neither Pip nor Luma expected. Far across the snow, strange shapes appeared. Humans. They were bundled in thick coats carrying shiny tools. They moved slowly, setting up a small camp near the ice. Pip had never seen humans so close. His colony always kept distance, watching from far away when humans came with cameras. Curious, Pip waddled closer with Luma swimming beside the ice edge. One human noticed him and knelt, pointing a small camera. The others smiled, whispering softly. Pip tilted his head. They didn't look dangerous. But then a loud clatter startled him. One of the humans dropped a heavy box onto the ice. The sharp noise echoed, frightening Pip. He stumbled, slipping toward the water. In a flash, Luma rose from the sea, nudging him back to safety. The humans gasped in surprise, seeing the seal protect the penguin instead of hunting him. One human whispered, "Look at that! They're friends!" Another lifted the camera, recording the moment. Pip blinked. Were they telling his secret to the whole world? The danger returns. The humans stayed for several days, watching and filming. They never hurt Pip or Luma, but their presence drew attention. And one morning, as Pip waddled toward the shore, he froze. The shadow was back. The leopard seal. It had followed the human's noise, drawn closer to the colony. Pip's heart raced. Luma barked sharply, warning him to stay back. The predator circled in the water, eyes locked on Pip. This time, Luma could not simply chase it away. It was too determined, too hungry. Pip looked around desperately. The humans were nearby. Could they help? Or would they just stand and watch? As the leopard seal lunged, Luma dove forward, colliding with it mid-attack. The water exploded with foam. Pip cried out, "No!" The humans rushed closer, shouting. One of them banged a metal pole against the ice, the sharp sound echoing across the sea. Another shone a bright light into the water. The leopard seal snarled, distracted. Luma used that moment to push it away, slapping her tail hard against its side. At last, the predator vanished into the depths again. The humans cheered softly. Pip trembled with relief. Luma surfaced, breathing hard, her whiskers trembling. Pip waddled to the edge and touched his beak to hers. "You're safe," he whispered. And for the first time, he realized their bond was no longer just a secret between them. Others had seen, others now knew. The final test, the days grew colder. The wind carried sharper ice, and the sea turned darker each morning. Winter was coming fast. Pip knew that soon his colony would need to travel far for food, and Luma too would have to move with her seal group. The thought of losing her made his little chest ache. But Luma still waited every morning. She greeted him with soft barks, splashing water as if to say, "I am here. I am with you." Whispers in the colony one evening, Pip overheard the elder penguins talking. "The young one wanders too much," one said. "He is not safe near the sea." Another added, "There are seals out there, dangerous ones. If he is not careful, he will not survive the winter." Pip's mother looked worried, but she stayed quiet. Pip's heart sank. They would never understand Luma. They only knew the danger, not the kindness. He wanted to tell them she was different, but he stayed silent. The breaking ice then, one morning, disaster struck. The ice near the shore had grown thin from restless waves. Pip didn't notice as he waddled closer to meet Luma. Suddenly, the ice cracked beneath him. With a sharp sound, a piece broke away, carrying Pip into the water. He flapped his wings, crying out, but he could not swim well yet. The freezing sea pulled him under. Panic filled his little body. "Help!" he chirped, though his voice was small against the roaring waves. Before the cold could swallow him, Luma darted forward. She slipped under him, lifting him onto her back. Pip clung to her slick skin, shivering. She carried him through the icy water, searching for solid ground. But the broken ice drifted far, and the current was strong. Pip's colony gathered at the edge, calling out helplessly. None of them could reach. The humans rushed too, shouting and waving. One threw a rope, another pointed with urgency. But they were too far away. Only Luma was close enough to save him. The loyal choice. As the current dragged them, Pip felt Luma slow. She was tired. Her scratch from the last fight with the leopard seal had not healed fully, but she didn't stop. Her strong flippers cut through the water. Each stroke was heavy, but she pushed on. Pip pressed his beak against her neck. "Please don't leave me," he whispered. Luma answered with a soft bark, her breath ragged. At last, she found a thick sheet of ice. With one final effort, she lifted Pip onto it. He collapsed, gasping, his feathers wet and heavy. But when he turned back, Luma was slipping beneath the waves, exhausted. "No!" Pip cried. He waddled to the edge, chirping desperately. "Don't go, Luma! Please don't go!" For a moment, there was silence. Then, slowly, her head broke the surface again, weak but alive. She looked at him with tired, gentle eyes. And in that look, Pip saw everything. Kindness, loyalty, love stronger than fear. The world watches the humans had filmed everything. Their cameras captured the tiny penguin crying out for his friend, and the seal refusing to let him drown. Later, that video spread far beyond the icy shore. People across the world watched with tears in their eyes. They saw not a predator and prey, but two souls bound by trust, and the colony too changed. Pip's mother, once worried, now saw Luma differently. When Pip told her everything, she didn't scold him. Instead, she looked out at the sea and whispered, "Sometimes, even the ocean gives us family." The final goodbye winter deepened. The day came when Pip had to travel with the colony and Luma had to follow her seal group. They met one last time by the shore. The sky glowed soft orange, the wind calm. Pip waddled to her, his eyes wet. "Will we see each other again?" Luma touched her whiskers to his chest, letting out a gentle hum. She could not promise, but she could say this. Friendship, once born, never truly ends. Pip leaned close, holding the shell she had once given him. "You will always be with me." Luma dove into the water, circling once, then twice, splashing him softly before swimming into the open sea. Pip watched until she disappeared into the horizon.